For a long time now, I have known that I want to live a very slow and intentional, home centered life, but that has proven to be a lot more difficult than I could have ever imagined. And part of it is just my own undoing from the ways of modern society, the fast pace, the perceived need to be doing things all the time, being a part of activities, various groups. We all feel it. I don't know if anybody really digs deep, in talking about it, but we definitely feel it because everywhere you go, if you hear a speaker or a sermon or something, they're always talking about how we're so busy. So it's definitely a prevalent issue. But I think once you actually try to do something about it, it proves rather difficult. Whether that's because of outside influence, the people pressuring you to do things, or just your own perceived or your own perceptions of the situation, like thinking that you have to do all the things and have to be a part of this and that. It's a lot. It's really a lot to think about. So currently we have 2 set days a week, and I say 2 set days, but obviously sometimes life just happens. But we have 2 set days a week where we do not leave the house at all. I actually would prefer 3, so I should probably say 2 set days with a third-ish day. It's just that the third day, sometimes if I need to run and get something or whatever, life just happens. But I would really like to have 3 set days where we don't leave the house at all, because I find that with just 2, I can get a lot of my housework done and tend to the home like I'd like to, so that I feel like I'm living in a space that's relatively clean. There's always a toy mess because I'm still figuring out how to manage toys, how many toys I want to keep in our home. I'm still kind of working through that personally, so there's always a toy mess, but I like to feel like it's not dusty and gross, and that we have vacuumed and cleaned things and done laundry. And it takes me a good 2 days to really do those things well, and that's even just the bare minimum. Like, I could use a third day, so that's why I say we have almost 3. And that's even hard for me still. The 2 days is fine. But when I stay home for 3 days during the week, like, don't go anywhere. We can go outside. Like, we'll go outside for a walk or play or whatever, but not going to any activities, not really, socializing outside of our family, just being together and tending to us and our space. I really struggled with that for a while because I just immediately thought, is this okay? Like, am I allowed to do this? Is it really fine that I'm not rushing off in the morning? It's taken me a long time to realize actually the benefit in not doing those things, like not rushing off, not going our separate ways, and just being slow at home. It's really, really good for nervous systems. It's really good for relationship building and bonding. And I really, really enjoy it. So that's what we currently do. I would like to work up to doing the 3 days. I've even heard of people doing 4 full days, especially if they homeschool. They will just be home like 4 days of the week. Then they spend the weekend, or whatever days line up with the people that they socialize with the best. Then those are the days that they're out and doing things. But it's just so opposite to what I was used to, like leaving the house all day, 5 days a week, and then just realizing that I can just be slow here and tend to the things that need tending to, but taking my time to do them throughout the 2 to 3 days. I love it. I love it so, so much, but it has really been an adjustment. It's also interesting because even though I was used to rushing off in the morning and going out all day, I didn't like it. So you would think that doing the opposite, I would be perfectly fine with it, but it's almost like my brain just like flipped, or the enemy, I'm not sure, putting lies into my head. But it's taken me a long time to realize that that is actually a benefit, and it really does benefit us like so much. I know some stay-at-home moms, they say we have to get out every single day, and I do agree in terms of we always get outside, but we do not go somewhere every single day. And in fact, if I do that, like if I have a week where that happens for whatever reason, I'm completely exhausted. Even when I'm not pregnant, I'm completely exhausted. We are all introverted, and so it's just not, I don't know. Maybe it has to do with that. If you are a little more extroverted, I could see that being something that is motivating for you and inspiring in your homemaking, but for me, it is completely draining. So I guess, I don't know, that's just kind of a to each their own situation with that. But I did just want to encourage you, if you do spend a lot of simple time just at home together as a family with your kids, like that is actually such a beautiful and good thing. And even though I have yet to see years and years of fruit from that, I do see a little bit of fruit in the short time that I have been home, the few years that I've been home. And I'm really excited to see what the fruit will be years down the road, because it's just been so healing in so many ways, even though it was so hard at first. It's just been really healing for me to slow down and just be really intentional, even though I still have days where I wonder if I'm doing it right, if this is all right. And yeah, maybe it'll always be like that a little bit, but I really do love it. I definitely don't want to downplay how much of a fight it is, though. There's always, always, always something cool going on. There's always people getting together and doing things. And even for an introvert like myself, once you have kids, you start to just think, oh gosh, or should I take them to this? Should I take them to this? Do they need to do this? And that's just the culture right now, where people are just involved in so many things. And I have seen from some people that live the more homestead life, they will say, we're lacking in a lot of the work that we used to do with our hands, which I think there's some truth to that. And so that's why we seek out activities. But I also think that some of the activities are so great. So it's really hard to find that balance. And it looks different for everybody, depending on your extrovertedness or your introvertedness, your energy levels, all sorts of things. But I just wanted to encourage you that if you are in the fight for living a very home-centered life and guarding that intentional time at home, you are definitely not alone. I am right there with you.